Yeah, this is Aggro Santos. We're here at Anesis bar, getting my feet munched on. Big up Amarudontv. Yeah.
Okay, so Aggro Santos, you're at Anesis.
Yes, what's going on?
It's your first time doing this before?
This is my first time getting like this whole foot thing. It feels kind of funny. Like I feels like loads of electric shocks.
Really?
I was really worried about coming in at first. I was asking, did they bite? But after a while, you start to adapt to it, and it becomes alright. So now I'm just coping.
How's things going with you, man? How's the music and everything? Like, what do we expect more music from you?
Oh, it's going alright. I've just done a new record deal with an Italian record label.
Really?
I'm working on my second album. I'm going to be releasing music in Europe. One of my producers here, David Anthony.
Aggro in Anesis, that's how we roll.
Yeah, he invited me down today because he's like partners in his company and stuff, so we're just here. And yeah, we're working on the new music. The new music sounds amazing.
Because I've actually interviewed Kimberly before.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, she always speaks highly of you.
Oh yeah, Kimberly is lovely as well, man. Yeah.
But initially, when that first happened, like, because a lot of people weren't expecting that type of record to happen, like, you know, they weren't expecting you to come with that sound.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that?
Do you know what it was? I've always had that kind of music, but it's just that I didn't have the opportunity to get someone like Kimberly on it. I met Kimberly in a recording studio, and I played her Candy. You're talking about Candy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I met Kimberly in a recording studio. I played her Candy, and she absolutely loved it. We had such a good chemistry, and she said she'd sing it for me. So when she sang it, it was just like a no-brainer for me. Flew her in, she recorded it, and we had a hit with it. So it was good for both of us.
So you said you got a new record deal, so how did that come about then, like, you know, the new deal, and what can we expect on that label?
The new record deal was because I had 3 top 10 singles in the UK, but I always thought myself as more of a worldly artist, and I wanted to branch into a record label that could expand me in Europe. I've got the whole South American vibe. I want to really branch that out, and this new record label, they're amazing. They've got contacts in like Germany, Italy, Spain, France, and that's my eventual overall plan. I want to go over to South America.
That's a big market. A lot of people know that's a huge, huge
exactly.
market.
And like with a lot of stuff that I didn't do with my previous label, like for example, I re-recorded Candy in Spanish. Like 2/3 of the world speak Spanish, and they didn't release the Spanish version. And it's something that I want to really tap into.
You can look at people like Pitbull and Mark Anthony, like in America.
Yeah, it's so massive. Oh, yeah, tickling my feet.
Yeah. So with that, is there any type of people who are you going to be working with on the new album?
Oh, do you know what? There's talks about working with Benny Benassi, which I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about working with Dave Anthony, of course. We've made some really good music. I'm going to record with Quiz and Rossi again. Those are the guys that I've done Candy with. And what I'm really looking to do as well is work with a lot of new producers, because I feel like there's loads of up and coming people that have got the talent, but they just haven't had the exposure. So I mean, sort of with me getting on their records and with it getting professionally mixed down and mastered, I think there could be a future. I also want to open up a camp of my own producers.
Really?
Yeah.
But they like to say that when you've had success, like your numbers show it, but what do you reckon of what's happening in the market now? Because it seems like a lot of artists are getting dropped, or it seems like that urban wave or Team UK wave doesn't seem to be as prominent as it was before.
Yeah, do you know what it is? I think X Factor, whenever that comes about, it sort of dents the urban wave. I mean, like for example, we've had like Professor Green, for example, the first UK urban artist to perform on X Factor. After he did that, he sold over 100,000 singles that week. So it just goes to show you that like X Factor is the main thing, and when X Factor comes about, everything else gets forgotten. So I think if we had more urban artists on X Factor and those kind of shows, it will help. I mean, it's good that Labyrinth has signed Simon Cowell. I'm sure without a doubt we'll probably have Tiny Temper on there. It's just like, we just have to keep grafting, you know what I mean? Like for example, 10 years ago, a top 20 in our scene, that would be like a major success. Now a top 20 is a flop. Everyone's like, oh, it went top 20, you know, it weren't a top 10, you know what I mean? So we just have to keep grafting.
So then, what's the motivation for you to keep on making music?
Oh, do you know what? It's just the fans, and you know what it is? Just being able to do what you love to do for a living. Like I remember, like I don't know, some of my fans now might not remember, but I started off on Channel U, and I remember,
and I was grinding. Was that 3 Yard? 3 Yard.
Yeah. So my first song was 3 Yard, man. It was on Channel U. Like everybody on the streets and on the underground knew who I was, but I wasn't making a living off it. I was still working. I was working for Sky. You know what I mean? So I mean, being able to be signed and to be able to release music mainstream is good, because you get to make a living of what you love doing.
So now it pays the bills then?
Yeah, it pays the bills. Yeah.
You see, for a lot of people it isn't though, you know, so how did you maintain, like, in that transition when, you know, music ain't playing for a living, you still want to keep at it?
Do you know what it was? I used to have to invest in myself. I used to always work. I used to work 9 to 5 and in studio 6 till midnight. And I did that for like 2 or 3 years, consistently. Do you know what it is? Just all about having belief and consistency and keep knocking down. And I think people have to take responsibility. Don't just not do anything until it happens. I think it's important to have a job. It keeps you like, it keeps your work rate up. Even if you're not doing music, you're still working. It makes you a busy person. The worst thing to do in this game, I'd say, is to get lazy. Basically, the first thing I done was 3 yards, which I was 16. I got a job in a cafe washing dishes. I raised £1,000 for that, and I sent it into Channel U. It went #1 in Channel U for 18 weeks. 18 weeks. It got accepted onto MTV Base. I then started making a bit of money from doing shows, so I could stop doing what I was doing for a bit, and it helped me focus on music. And then that kind of gave me the vision and the hope that you can make something of yourself, but you just got to really push.
But then let me ask this: how do you deal with the whole bring-in mentality? Because as soon as you get a little platform, everyone like, in the area must expect you to like, kind of like, put them on.
Bring them in.
How do you handle that part?
You know what it is? I think in music you like always look after those who looked after you before you was no one, but as well you got to get yourself to a certain level before you can bring in other people, and I think that's really important. And a lot of people, like the whole music thing, it always looks better than it actually is. A lot of people see you doing well, but they don't know you're still grinding, you're still grafting, you're not at that level. After you've released 4 albums, after you've gone platinum, you know what I mean, after you've built yourself established, then you're in a position to even open up your own label and bring other people through. So I think when you're doing music yourself and one of your friends make it, you have to be patient for everything to fit into place.
They're like saying they make you famous before they make you rich.
Exactly, they make you much more famous before they make you rich, you know what I mean? Like everybody now, that you think is proper rich, it's not like in America, we're making money, but you know what I mean, we've still got a lot to achieve.
And then ideally, do you see yourself being able to transcend to America, the States?
I think that what is going to help me try and transcribe over into America, which I hope is going to be the whole Latin roots, because again, like there's such a big Latin community in America. Because a lot of British rappers have gone out there and failed, you know what I mean? So I want to go there as a Brazilian rapper rather than as a British artist.
Okay, so closing, any words for your fans, you know?
You know what? Just keep it locked. I'm working on a new album. I've got lots to look forward to. Yeah, just big up everyone.